Hey, everybody. Thanks for joining me today. This is Charlotte Bergman with Political Talk of Charlotte. We got two major topics that we're going to discuss today. We're going to talk about Mike Walls. He's out. And then we're going to talk about the clash between the new or the young Democrats as well as the old Democrats. So, anyway, sit back. Thanks for joining me. Enjoy the show. I hope that you learned something and can take away what you've learned and share it with somebody else. We'll be right back. And we are back. This is Charlotte Bergman. Seems like I'm having problems. Okay, let's see if we can resolve that problem. But anyway, today's Thursday. This is our normal day for airing our show. Our show typically airs every Thursday at noon, but I'm trying to add some more interviews and some more shows throughout the week. Some exciting things that are happening. I'm Charlotte Bergman, and I appreciate you joining me. If you want to get in contact with me, send me an email at charlotte@charlottebergman.com. Join me on Facebook at Elect Bergman. Second Facebook page at charlotte.bergman.9. On Bitchute, Political Talk with Charlotte. Twitter at Elect Bergman. YouTube at Bergman for Congress. Twitch at Charlotte Bergman, and on Rumble at Elect Bergman. Guys, never ceases to amaze me what is happening in the news now, and it is encouraging that we do have things to talk about. Now, if you're new to the channel, leave a comment, and please subscribe to my channels, either on YouTube or Rumble. Many of you, it's probably over 5,000 of you have access to this video on Facebook. And I'm glad of that, but we still want to grow and want to reach out to more and more people. Want you to know. And I never want to do a show without letting you know how much I truly, truly love you and appreciate you. And I do appreciate you commenting on the videos. And it looks like we have a comment already. My good friend Noni. Good afternoon, Noni. And thank you for saying that, because I was about to say good morning. Hi, everybody. Thanks for joining me. There are some crazy things that are happening. Do you guys remember yesterday at the White House where the cabinet members were all talking? And every one of them had some glowing things to say about President Trump. President Trump is amazing. Anyway, let's hear. Blew me away. I don't know about you, but it definitely blew me away. I mean, how many of you are familiar with Mike Walls? Oh, this is so crazy. I'm having these technical problems. And I don't like it at all. But, you know, I'm a conservative. And so I'm accustomed to these things happening, and it doesn't faze me a bit. Okay. So bear with me a little bit. Let me pull this screen up, and you tell me what you think about the praises that Mike Walls lavished on President Trump yesterday. Okay, here we go.
President, the last 4 years, the world experienced a total lack of zero leadership under Biden, and then we've had 100 days of your leadership with respect, with strength, starting with there'll be all hell to pay if you don't let our people go. Dozens, over 40 Americans have come home under your leadership. Far more terrorists are no longer threatening the homeland under your leadership, pulling all of these agencies together, including the evil individual responsible for the Abbey Gate bombing, and to sit with the 13 Gold Star families, and you showing that follow-up and that justice has been incredible. But pulling this great team together, Mr. President, everything from revitalizing shipyards to cyber to space, that takes this entire team working together. It's an honor to serve you in this administration, and I think the world is far better, far safer.
Okay. Meanwhile, let me see if I can get my screen back up. Meanwhile, the following day, less than 24 hours later, this is what we get.
News this morning, Mike Waltz is out as Trump's national security advisor. Waltz lost most of his influence, if you remember, in the administration after last month's signal chat leak. Other staffers, including Waltz's deputy, Alex Wong, is also out. Waltz took full responsibility for the inclusion of a journalist in the group chat discussing strikes against Yemen terrorists. The Trump administration had maintained that no classified material was transmitted, with Trump repeatedly.
President Trump stuck his neck out to defend Mike Waltz. And there is a lot. I'm sure President Trump would not have made this decision lightly. Here's what is being discussed behind the scenes. The National Security Advisor, Mike Waltz, and Deputy National Security Council Advisor or Committee Advisor, Alex Wong. I think Alex Wong was the real culprit here. They're leaving their positions at the Trump administration, according to Fox News. Waltz came under scrutiny in March after he mistakenly added the Atlanta's Jeffrey Goldsberg to a signal chat where top Trump officials were discussing military strikes on the Houthi rebels in Yemen. President Trump publicly backed Waltz after the controversy, calling him, he's a good man who learned a lesson. But I can guarantee you that if President Trump stepped forward and terminated him, yes, if President Trump stepped forward and terminated him, am I back yet, Noni? Can you hear me? Then there is a good reason for it. Okay. Guys, Noni is able to become aware of my shows because she actually has subscribed. She's actually clicked the button to get a reminder. If you subscribe, you will get a reminder anytime I do a show. So you don't have to try to remember, okay, what time does Charlotte do her show? Hit the subscribe button and you will get a reminder just prior to our show starting. So this is really crazy. And I know you're going to hear more and more and more about Waltz and what happened. Some people are saying, and this is where I got a problem with this. You know, the Democrats, when President Trump came into office in 2016, one of the major things they did was they went after President Trump's national security advisor, General Flynn. They got rid of him, and then it's like all hell broke loose. And they start going after multiple members of President Trump's cabinet. Well, that left him vulnerable. I just hope that President Trump is able to immediately seal up that opening with somebody he can really trust. What the Democrats had tried to do was try to take out, well, they want to take out more of President Trump's advisors and cabinet members. So let's see what happens. Okay, Noni has something. Yes, Noni. Pete Hegseth told Trump about the signal check with wife and the other advisors. When his second check broke, he had no choice but to fire someone for that leak. Okay, I got you. I'm still nervous about that because I don't want to give the Democrats nothing. And I'll tell you why. What they're doing is just destroying their party. And I've always believed, don't do anything, just let them do what they do best by destroying each other. So what is happening now? Well, I'll tell you, let me finish this out concerning Walz. I want to show you this segment too. This guy has a lot to say. He knows a lot about the behind the scenes activities with what's going on with Walz. So I don't want to be someone to try to tell you what's going on. Let him tell you. His name is Owen. Okay, let's hear what Owen has to say about this firing of Walz.
So Mike Waltz is out at National Security Advisor. This is the first scalp, if you will, of the Trump administration. I anticipate there will be more.
And that's what I'm nervous about. Democrats go after the president one bite at a time. Walz is the first scalp. I don't want there to be any more because that makes the president more vulnerable. And when the president is vulnerable, that prevents his policies from being implemented for me, for us, for my family.
But let me just break this down real quick and why this is such an important news story that the details are going to get lost in translation here. So obviously people are going to be talking about Signalgate, where the adding of the Atlantic's Jeffrey Goldberg was traced back to Waltz about a month ago. Now, they tried to get Hegseth in this entrapment scheme for something Waltz did. And as you know, believe it or not, the media coverage of Hegseth has been more negative than it has been of Donald Trump. The corporate news media has been, I believe it was 92% negative on Donald Trump. They were 100% negative on Hegseth. Not a single positive thing to say about Hegseth. So they still want Hegseth. And the truth is that Hegseth and his advisors that unfortunately just were walked out of their jobs have been anti-war. They're very pro-military. They're very patriotic and pro-America, but they're anti-war. They don't want any more forever wars. They don't want any more involvement in foreign entanglements. So the swamp doesn't like that. The corporate media doesn't like that. Now,
Hegseth does not want war. The guy's actually been in a war, so I can imagine that he doesn't want to be in a war again. Walz, on the other hand, he may have some serious donors behind him who is pushing him to promote war. Let's continue to hear what this guy has to say.
Waltz likely was representative of the other side, and now, meaning the warmongers, and now with his firing and Alex Wong, his advisor, had tipped Laura Loomer. She had Alex Wong pinged the day after Signalgate. She pinged Alex Wong. So she nailed that one. But you have to wonder if Waltz either wasn't set up by somebody else or if Waltz wasn't used, maybe wittingly, to try to set up Pete Hegseth. Also consider Goldberg got invited to the White House by President Trump last week. So obviously Trump was talking to Goldberg about this and determined it was either Waltz himself or Wong, or Waltz got set up, or Waltz willingly went along with this operation. The point is, they tried to get Hegseth's scalp, and it didn't work. So this is great news. This is an excellent decision by Donald Trump. Now, Walz will have to tell his side of the story, and I'm sure somebody will give him the platform to do it. Now we need Hegseth's advisors brought back in. Now they need to be brought back in, and that wrong needs to be righted. But if you're concerned about the military-industrial complex running the Trump administration, if you're concerned about swamp creatures and warmongers running foreign policy in the Trump administration, this was a great sign today. This was great news today. It's not going to be tolerated. It's not going to be accepted. And when you're either running entrapment operations with the Atlantic to try to get Pete Hegseth removed, or you're just dumb enough to put Goldberg in a text thread with other cabinet members, you're going to be fired too. So great job today by the Trump administration. And I would say, for somebody like me that's very anti-war and wants to stop all the interventions in the Middle East, I think it shows that Donald Trump's personnel decisions want to match those policies.
President Trump needed to make sure that the people who is surrounding him are people that he can trust. So if Walz was a bad guy, and if Goldberg accentuated that, let the president know that Walz was a bad guy, he needed to be gone. But let's see what he has to say. We will hear more from Walz. Okay, my next story, I thought it was rather funny. The Democrat Party. In my show on Tuesday, I mentioned the various things the Democrats are doing because they are leaderless, and they've got so much going on, and they are clashing with one another. And as I said about Jehoshaphat, and how when he prayed and praised God, the three warring entities that was coming after Jehoshaphat, they went after each other. Well, this is what James Carvell and David Hogg are doing. David Hogg is the first vice chairman of the Democrat Party, and James Carvell was the strategist behind Bill Clinton winning the White House. And I'll tell you what, James Carvell did something that was really outstanding, because there is no way Bill Clinton would have gotten in the White House had it not been for James Carvell. But David Hogg is saying that James Carvell is out of touch. So let's listen to their conversation, and let's see what's going on here. I think it's imperative that they just keep on fighting. I want them to keep on fighting. Hogg wants to primary Democrats. That's right. He wants to primary Democrats. And James Carvell thinks that is absolutely crazy. And I say, go for it, guys. Go for it. We want to see what you guys are doing, and we want you to fight in public up until the 2028 election.
I don't understand. You're not going to raise money to run against Democrats, or you are going to raise money to run against them?
You're
going to do that.
We're raising money.
You're going to do that.
Democrats.
That is an abomination.
James, you have to understand the nuance here.
There's no nuance to it. It's just flat out wrong. It's flat out wrong to use money that we could be used to be.
Here's the deal, James. What is your plan to deal with our abominable approval rating?
Win elections. Win elections.
Okay. Carvell said, don't go after Democrats in the primary. Don't spend $20 million to go after Democrats. Win elections. That means hold on to everybody that's currently there and go after those vulnerable seats, Republican seats. That's how you do it. That's how James Carvell would do it. And Hogg is saying, no, we're going to take those weakling out. We're going to take out the ones that agree with President Trump, because see, all we are about is going after Donald Trump and bringing him down. And all the while, the American people are saying, yeah, we're going through a rough patch where the tariffs will eventually have an effect. But we have confidence in the president. Our 401ks or our stock reports, our portfolio may not look that great, but we know that we got to take this hit right now, in order to have long-term gains. Well, I'm a mother and a grandmother, and I want the best for my children and my grandchildren. So I'm willing to take this short-term hit. But anyway, tell me what you think. I want to know what you think. Am I right or am I wrong? Is James Carvell right? Is Hogg right? Was the president right to fire Walls? And I believe it has something to do with Pete Hegseth, because the Democrat would love to get Pete out of the way because they want war. I don't know. I want to know what you think. I value your opinion. I want to thank you for joining me. I thank you for everything you do in our community. Just wanted to remind you that today is a National Day of Prayer. And please take a few moments and pray for our country. It's the only country we got, and I believe we're on the right road right now, but we still need to continually stay on our knees and pray. Oh, Noni, you're still with me. Let's see what Noni has to say. Thank you so much. They put Dems that are way out there. They aren't going to win. Oh, bring it on. Put them out there. Let them run. Put AOC out there. Put Bernie out there. Put all of them out there and get rid of the Democrats that are in the Republican Party. Get rid of them. Oh my gosh, Collins, Murkowski, and Rand Paul, which Rand Paul has been a Democrat all this time, and he has been bucking the system. It's just that most people have felt, well, he was being principled. Now they're realizing this guy is a Democrat, and he's beholden to his donors and not the American people. We have an administration that is fighting for the American people. I've enjoyed being with you guys. Thank you for allowing me to come before you guys. And before I go, don't forget my book. Don't forget my book. That Last Trumpet in the Battle for America. It can be purchased on Amazon and any online bookstore. God bless you all. Have a great week. Please remember to pray today for our country, and then please go worship this weekend.